You're listening to Let's Talk, a podcast show.
Welcome back to Let's Talk, a podcast show. My name's Christian.
I'm Kwaku, and today we're going to be talking about the season finale of Daredevil Born Again.
Dun dun dun.
You ready, Christian?
I was born for this.
Yeah,
Not
you
really,
were.
but I'm ready.
Were you born again for this?
Name drop.
So this episode starts off where there's a flashback of a year back where you see Vanessa visiting Poindexter in the prison, and it's revealed she sent him to kill Foggy and the witness because Foggy had something that was gonna basically um open basically show everyone that she's a criminal and everything that she's been
Yeah.
doing.
Undermine her whole operation.
Exactly, yeah. And yeah, and you kind of see that, Pointless was on the medication, all that kind of stuff, but the fists will always have their way when it comes to certain things. So he got out of prison, um, and then he kills Foggy. Now, after that, we have the opening, then we go to the hospital scene where you have Matt waking up and accidentally asking for Karen instead of Heather. Oof.
I don't know. That must have hurt. That
Yeah,
must have hurt.
hey, but Karen would have supported Matt. That's all I gotta say.
Wait, say that one more time.
I said Karen would have supported Matt though.
This is true.
Like,
This is true.
okay, so so people actually do know Kingpin is evil because I forgot that he actually did go to prison, right? Um, And even if she didn't believe, even if she didn't know he was a criminal, why aren't you believing Matt? Like, there's clearly some truth to what he's saying. You're not even curious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that the Heather hate online is real. It's crazy. I
Yeah.
see it,
But
especially after
it's
what
not her
happens.
fault. It's just the writer's fault.
Yes, yes,
Like
and
again, like I said last episode, not enough attention was put on like the side characters to really develop them.
exactly,
So when they're doing things, it all just seems like half-assed, for lack of a
ex
better word.
exactly. And I have some. This time I'm gonna save the negatives for the end, right? Um, I do have negatives, especially with how this season ended. Retrospectively, makes I already said I didn't like that the music ended so soon and everything, and the fact that this is the way the season ends makes me even dislike that whole Muse plotline even more because
Uh,
it honestly felt like a waste of 2 episodes, honestly.
you know what? Let's save that for the end. But
All
I
right,
think I low key agree, but disagree. So that'll be a good conversation when we get there.
okay. Um, So yeah, after that scene, right, you also have Kirsten telling Matt that all right, we gotta talk after this too, which yeah, because
Wait, but
uh
she had the best line though. I have to mention that she was she tried to tell her that, oh, don't worry, it's the drugs.
oh
I
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
I just appreciated that. Like thanks, that helps right now.
Listen, listen. What else is she trying? What else is she supposed to say, you know? There's nothing else to
You
say
stay
there.
quiet. You
Um
stay quiet.
so then we have Chris talking to the task force, Sheila and everyone there. He's basically saying like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna put forward my Safe Street initiative, and he's basically like going full force, like controlling everything in the city. Sheila's trying to tell him like you can't just lock down the city, which is like I don't want to hear that. And then everyone leaves. He tells Buck, all right, yeah, just go kill Matt. We'll just say he succumbed to his injuries. And it's like, bro, like you're never catching this guy off guard. Like it's just not gonna happen.
And when he said that, I was like, yo, dude really has not changed. I probably
He
was like, maybe he has changed. No, he's kingpin through and through.
Yeah, because I actually Gallo says it later, like, yo, you never stopped. Because I had thought there was gonna be some interesting dynamic where like he would start thinking twice about hurting Matt or Daredevil, but no, he's just like, yo, just go finish the job.
Yeah,
And
he was like, this worked out. This could make me look even greater. Make
yep.
him look good as he said.
And what's crazy is that when that doesn't work out, he's like, all right, just go attack, just go attack Matt directly. Like he just like whatever. You get kill him quietly, just send the entire task force after him,
Yeah,
which is
he has
crazy.
officially snapped. He's like
Yeah,
this pretense of I'm the mayor. I do this politically is over.
yep. And then you also have the scene where he's telling Sheila like, I need to know everyone who's not. Well, no, he's telling like anyone who's
Mm,
not loyal, send them home and everything. Then you have the conversation with Sheila and Gallo. Gallo's like, yo, I'm going to go to like the top and like he's gonna go to Albany the next day and tell them all the crazy stuff that Fisk is doing, right? And
yeah.
there's gonna be more stuff I'm gonna mention at the end, like how like no other hero in New York is as is as concerned, but we'll get there. But again, you just have to suspend your disbelief for these kinds of things, right? Because it's all about money when you're producing these stuff too. Not everyone can be in the show. Uh, so yeah, you have the conversation with Sheila and Gallo that I just mentioned. Buck gets to the hospital. Fish basically shuts off all the electricity for New York, and that's what Buck tries to use to catch Matt off guard. But of course, like we said, he escapes, goes home. And I love the little details in the show when Matt opens the door and he smiles because he already knows that Frank isn't in the apartment,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you have their bit, like they have really good banter. Like it's really nice when when I see them all screen together.
Yeah, they have
Um,
good chemistry.
like when there was an original Daredevil show and in this show, they've really been the strongest points. Like again, like we've already said, like Matt and Fisk are the strongest points of the show. And when you bring Frank in, it's another good point because like everyone else has just been lacking.
Yep.
Now, then you get the task force coming in, breaking in, trying to take both of them in, but of course, they all got taken on by Daredevil and Frank, and Frank's kills were crazy. I loved them.
Frank was not playing around.
He was not. He told him.
He
He
was
told
not
Matt.
playing around.
That's the fight that he did tell Matt. Like, this is the help I'm gonna be offering. So you gotta deal with it. And then we also see it's I can't remember the guy's name because I don't
That was
care.
I hold on,
Mhm.
because you're right. He did tell Matt, and then Matt was still like, "Wait, no, Frank, don't do that." And it's like, yo, he told you what he's gonna do.
He did. He did. It's funny. And at least he gave him,
Yeah.
Frank's a good man. He gave him warning, That's the
Yeah.
least he could do. Now then one of the cops was Hector's killers, as we all knew, right? It was that I didn't even think it was gonna be him. I didn't know who it was gonna be, honest. I didn't think it was actually gonna matter who exactly it was. Because I actually had forgotten about that. Um no, but we found out is that that guy that Fish was saying like all the stuff that he had done and everything. I don't remember his name, but listen, I'm with Frank, bro. Listen, it sure just taking him out for good. Now you have Frank and Daredevil arguing again, right? Which is about the killing and not killing and all that kind of stuff. Grenade gets thrown in, they jump out the window. and end up seeing Karen pulling up because
My
Karen.
homegirl,
Yep, finally we
highlight
get to
of the whole
see
show.
her. Yes, she is the one
'Cause-
that saw that Matt was in trouble and asked Frank to help him. Go ahead.
Yeah,
We can
because
say.
I would have been so upset. I'm sorry. I
Mhm.
would have been so upset if we really just never seen her again.
I
It's
know,
not like she died. Like, damn, can we get her some screen time, please?
I know, and it's good that we see her. So I don't know if you know, but this was photos of season 2 already, and
No, I'm aware of no spoilers for season two.
okay. Um, I mean, the only thing I'm going to say is that she's still in it, obviously, because as we see, she's still on the team, right? And I think this all
Yeah.
just goes back to the new team that's working on the show, right? Um, because the quality for 8 and 9 were definitely different compared to the entire season. They tried to rewrite the first couple of episodes to make it a little bit better, and then the last two episodes they did, and you could see the difference, right? Um,
Hmm.
and again, we'll get towards it at the end because so that Muse thing is really bothers me now, considering how this episode kind of, I mean this season ended on like a cliffhanger. Um,
Yeah.
so Matt and Karen go to the storage room, the storage location where they gotta look for some documents to find out what motion what's his name Feige was gonna file to get the case dismissed, right? And when they get there, they figure out that, well, I guess first of all, right? So some of the stuff we were talking about, like with the side characters, we see here with Matt and Karen's dialogue. It's just I just don't understand why they couldn't do that with Matt and Kirsten or even Matt and Cherry. These kinds of heart to heart dialogues where they're kind of just reminiscing or like just talking and everything like that, right? It's just
Yeah.
different. It's just different with these characters.
Yeah. And they're already at a disadvantage because we already have a relationship with these other characters.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to try to like create another relationship. That's like tough. So they're already at a disadvantage, and they're
I
not
know, but even some of the characters from the first three seasons of Daredevil, like the officers, like the cops, like Nadeem, Yurek, like they were really entertaining side characters as well. We just don't have that in this series,
Yeah.
and that's kind of why, like well, I'll get there when I get there, but um, so they find out that the motion he was gonna file was because Redport is basically not part of New York or the United States, so everything that they were doing there was illegal. Vanessa and Fisk, and
Yeah,
now that
it's like a legal illegalness.
like, basically, and them being able to build stuff on the red part would legitimize the business, like what they're doing, and basically like now they can rake in even more illegal money through there. So yeah, Fisk,
Legally.
yeah. So yeah, Fisk never stopped being a kingpin.
Oh,
He
the
was
law. I just don't understand the law. There's so much to know.
there. I'm just like, bro, that is ridiculous to me. Like,
I need to find these loopholes in my life.
right?
Like, hold on a second.
That's actual facts. Um, now Frank's listening to a police radio. He hears it come in that they're at the port, so he just goes in as a one-man army against the task force. Which it was a
He's
great.
so badass.
He is. He is. Unfortunately, he got taken down. There was a lot of them, and they were trying to take
Uh,
him down. Hmm?
I mean, he fought though.
Oh no, he did. He killed a
He fought.
lot of them. Oh man, he killed a
Like
lot.
all
It was
the they were just
crazy.
trying to like capture him and not actually hurt him, but still,
Yeah,
he's like, I'm gonna take as many of you out before you finally take me down.
exactly. And also, you have dang, what is this kid's name? Daniel. You have him go and basically go to the city council, and he basically blackmails them like, listen, you got to push through this safe street initiative, or every secret thing that you guys are doing, all the corrupt stuff is gonna come out. And it's like, So we don't have like
Remind me real quick. Is Daniel the intern?
yeah.
The young guy? Okay.
Hmm.
Yes, Daniel.
Yeah. Now
Okay.
it's like that guy. Like, there's not one good politician in the city council.
Maybe they're trying to say something about society.
Hey.
I don't know. Maybe,
No.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, no
No. And
comment.
then the entire city is also like in panic. There's looting. There's fires everywhere because the lights off. The city's going into lockdown. You have
Okay,
cops
I'm sorry,
killing.
real quick.
Hmm.
So I'm sorry to keep interrupting you. But Fisk really said, you know what, martial law curfew 8 p.m.
Hmm.
Like, can you make it 10 p.m.? Like, damn,
I
8 p.m.
know.
really?
I know. When he said 8
That's
p.m.
so freaking
Hold
early,
on.
dude.
Hold on. We're gonna get to that scene. But when he said 8 p.m., I'm just like, bro, what?
Like,
What?
that's unreasonable.
Exactly. That's insane. Like, curfew at 8 p.m. What? The amount of business, like money people would lose,
Yeah,
losing their
like
businesses early and everything like that.
I'm not a night person, but even I like to be out at 8 p.m.
Yeah, like I don't know. That's but he's a criminal. He's delusional, right? So
Yeah,
now you also have Fisk listening to the conversation between Gallo and Sheila, and from my interpretation, I feel like Sheila gave up Gallo. Is that not that's the case,
yeah,
right?
that's how I interpreted that scene too.
Okay, yeah,
But there, I feel
that's
like when
what.
they were talking in the hallway, she was a little
Yeah,
nervous, and I think that's because she was like thinking to herself, "Damn, I'm gonna have to turn him in
yeah,
because if not, I know I'm in trouble."
yeah. Now, just because I've seen some online that some people think that her phone was bugged. I'm like, nah, that's the way this scene was played out is she gave him up.
Yeah, and the way that you see her face, like after the fact, it's like, yeah, she knows that she's responsible for what happened.
Hmm. And so you have Gallo being driven to where Fisk is, while simultaneously you have the Punisher and the cops wearing his symbol, what happened at the same time. And they're basically like saying they're fans. They want Frank to join them. They could do all this together. And Frank's basically like, yo, you guys don't really understand me at all.
Yeah, he's
Because
like, you idolize me, like you
right,
idolize me. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
like they clearly don't understand why Frank is doing what he
Yeah.
does at all. Like they don't understand the Punisher at all. But they think they do. And he just calls them clowns, right? And now
Hmm.
you have Fisk and Gallo, and this is where Gallo's like, wow, like, well, first of all, the way he walks in there, like, Kip is like having a huddle with the cops is just kind of funny. See that. Um, but now yeah, so then Fisk basically is saying like, Gallo never paid attention to the cops on the streets and stuff like that. And the commissioner's just like, yo, you just never stopped being the kingpin. You just always been this way.
Hmm.
And bro, Fisk walks behind him, and then he just
No, no. Oh,
oh he
dude,
wa
what is with this show?
what
Like, everything they do is just so brutal. It's just like so in your face. Like, did you watch that? Like, you want more of that, right? It's like, yo, relax. You can
yeah.
describe what happened. And
So
let's get it out there.
he elbows Gallo in the neck, and then he goes behind him and then like chops him on both sides of his neck, and then he just begins squeezing his head, and
Oh my god.
I was just like, wait, there's no way, right? I was like, there's no way, and bro, Fisk just basically breaks his jaw, like rips part of his the skin off of the skull. My God, just killing this man. That
It's like,
was an
like, imagine you buy like a nice juicy melon, and then you just like squish it.
mhm.
Like, you
That's
just
yeah.
slowly just squish it.
He really just squished the watermelon.
Oh,
That's basically what happened. And then the cops were just
oh.
staying there like speechless while Fizz just
I think
wipes.
I think in that moment they're like, shit, this guy is terrifying.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yo, that's this show, the freaking arm, the I think the leg, the head. It's just
Hmm.
like the
Yeah.
most brutal, like in your face
But the
death,
Netflix,
death,
the
and the
Netflix
broken
was
limbs.
like that too, though. Like when you had the infamous car door scene where Fisk killed someone using a car door.
Oh, I forgot.
I
I gotta
forgot
rewatch
who
that
he.
because it's
I
been
don't.
such a long time.
Is that how he killed Ben, or I don't remember. I
Uh,
forgot who
but
he
that's
killed that
Netflix.
with.
We're on Disney.
I know, which is crazy, right?
It is crazy. The memes online. I think you sent me a meme. It's just
Yeah.
Disney said, "Fuck it, do
Hmm.
it."
I love it though because it makes it feel like the show still has the essence. Now
Yes.
you have Daredevil and Karen pull up, right? I would not have even brought Karen. I'm not gonna lie to the place, but your Daredevil still here because he's. I'm pretty sure it's the same day or like the next day or whatever. It's like a day later that he just got shot. He's out of the hospital, right? He hasn't fully recovered.
Yeah. Has it even been a day? It's been like half a day. I feel like it's been hours. Actually, no. You're right. I do see the
It's been
sunrise.
like yeah, it's been like the next day I think, and like he's hurt, and like he's gonna go in. Like Karen's like no, like there's no way you're surviving. Like this, I'm like unless this guy has like some super strength or super speed, there's no way he's surviving going in there by himself in this moment. And
Yeah.
so they decide that they have to find an army of their own to fight against Fisk. And so when we go to the next scene, right, you have Fisk giving the speech saying that, oh, it's just funny that there's always a vigilante that's making an attempt on his life, right? Why is it only you? Hmm? Why is it only you? Is anyone gonna ask that question?
They scared. They scared.
But
They
before
see what
that,
he do. You're like, I don't want that. You're like, you're like, I'm not no superhero. I'm a vigilante. I'm gonna stay away from that.
before the speech, he invites her there, right, to make her the commissioner of mental health
Oh yes,
administration, and Heather
yes.
accepts.
Which he accepts.
Now, I don't know if she contemplated because she kind of like looks down for a bit and then looks back up and then shakes his hand. I don't know
Yeah,
what's actually going through her mind right now.
the way I interpreted that scene, I don't. I think she contemplated it in the sense like, oh shit, like really me? Oh damn, this is unexpected.
I mean,
I
she
don't.
is
I
the
don't think she was
only
contemplating.
therapist in New York,
Huh?
so
Well, yeah. I don't think she was thinking about is Fisk really who he says he is?
hmm,
My heart is broken. Matt don't even love me.
oh my gosh.
That's what she's probably thinking about Matt. She's like, oh, Matt called me Karen,
Oh my
and then she's,
gosh.
oh wait, yes, yes, Mr. Mayor, yes, I will be honored to to do this role.
Oh gosh. I okay. Let's so you have Fez giving a speech. He's saying he's going to enact a safe street initiative, curfew at 8 o'clock, right? It's kind of crazy.
Which is crazy,
And
crazy.
then first of all, part of this initiative is that there's no body cams or anything like that. Like and there's like and use of excessive force is encouraged. And he lies
Yes,
that Gallo resigned while the power went out, right? He said that was part of the attack on his life, to throw the scene into chaos and everything. Makes all vigilante activity illegal, right? Blah 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 blah. And then you have Daniel, right? He's looking at Sheila, and then it's kind of like I think Daniel's like, okay, this is kind of crazy. Now that I think about it, and but Sheila's already known all along, like, yeah, this dude's crazy, and I can't blame Sheila currently for what she did because I guess Fist just has a lot of power right now, you know,
yeah, she gotta
and she
survive.
can't really be, yeah, you can't really be sure. And you have one of classic Fist's face when he says like he loves New York or whatever. He's not really smiling, but he has that blank stare. And it's just
Yeah,
quiet, no music plays. I always love that look. Um,
yeah,
then you have Matt, he's telling this somber story. about how he thought like losing that sight was basically a way to save himself and everything, right? And
Yeah.
then him and Karen have another heart to heart again. This is why
MVP.
Karen exactly. She basically validates him and everything. And they walk
The
out
only time he ever talked about feelings or anything
exactly.
of violence with
Yep.
Karen.
He could never do that with Heather. He could never do that with his yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
listen. I mean, okay. The crazy thing is, I also can't blame Heather, but is I'm just
No,
mad.
I know
I'm
I
just
can't.
annoyed at her because of her saying that she saved herself. I'm just okay. That's where you
That's
lost me
just
there.
hilarious. That's just comedy.
Yeah, because like I can understand her frustration with Matt as like from a girlfriend boyfriend perspective, right? I understand that, but when she said I saved myself, I'm just okay. You lost me. You lost me when you said
Yeah.
that.
So you gotta take accountability, but you also have to I don't know, give proper credit
Where
to
credit's due. Like, come on, like
where credit is due. Like,
I
damn.
I gave her credit for shooting Muse. Like, yes, kill
Oh
him.
hell yeah.
Yeah, but come on.
Yeah,
You were literally
she can
knocked
say I
out.
killed them. I killed News. He can say
Yeah,
that with confidence because you did.
you did. But if Jada would not jump to that window, you were literally about to die. You were knocked out. Now, we have Matt
I would
open up.
even if she
Huh?
said that she saved Daredevil, I wouldn't even be upset. Sure, why not?
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'll give her that.
Sure.
Yeah, baby, sure.
But yourself? No, no, you were tied
Nah.
up. You weren't saving yourself.
um. So then you have Matt walk out to this supposed army of his, and I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't know if they wanted us to feel moved, like. So his words were moving me, but those characters they were showing were not moving me.
The bar people? Come on, man.
Yeah, like I got we need an army of our own. And you go show us like they only showed us Josie, who's the bartender, and then Cherry, who's a retired cop, and then I can't remember her name, who was in the bank heist one, and some other people in the back that they didn't really show. I'm just like, bro, like what? Is this supposed to like get me interested?
The point
Because
is, it's the common people. The common people are his army. That's
but
what I think
and
is
this is where the issue
the
is
message there.
because when they showed her, because we saw her in episode one, they showed her in they've been showing her a little bit, but like not enough for me to be invested in her character. Talking about the Asian cop.
Yeah,
There's not enough for me and Cherry, I like Cherry, but again, there's just not enough for me to be invested in these people. You know what I'm saying? And then
yeah,
some no names in the like no. Like this just destroys someone's head. And like
yeah,
he has like all the vigilantes, most of them just captured, chilling in his freaking yeah, which is like, bro, kill them. This is why
yeah.
you
And
guys are
that's
gonna lose.
this is pretty much how the season ends, no?
Yeah, that's how it ends. You have Fist, Vanessa walking through, looking at their trophies. The Punisher's captured, right? I wouldn't have given him
Yeah,
as long chains like that though.
yeah.
Um,
I was like, guys, if you don't like the way he does things, or if you don't, he's clearly not gonna fight with you. Why not just kill him?
yeah.
Why not just do it?
But the way I saw it though, it was like Vanessa and Fist when they're walking past him, it was like that was their new art that they were looking at.
Mm,
And so you have
mm.
some setups, right? We see Angela, we see Bullseye, we see Punisher, we see the Swordsman. By the way,
You see, this is where I don't know any of this. This is all you right here.
The Swordsman, that's the guy that Fish was having a conversation with, remember? In the at the party, both
Oh
parties
yeah.
actually. Yeah. And so he actually
Oh
I had forgotten but he showed up in the Hawkeye show. But I think you
Hawkeye,
did you watch that?
I enjoyed Hawkeye. I enjoyed it. And I also enjoy She-Hulk while we're at it.
Yeah,
I know people don't like them,
I
but
haven't
I enjoy both of
watched
them.
I haven't watched She-Hulk. But I watched the Hawkeye show. There's a lot of Disney shows I haven't watched. It's just become
There's just too much.
yes, it is a lot, bro. With the movie, there's a movies are behind. And there's a lot, but
Yeah.
in
But wait,
general,
hold
there's a
on. There
lot
was
of
a
media.
post-credit scene. I don't know if you saw the post-credit scene.
No, I did. Um,
Okay.
with Punisher. So yeah, that's basically what I said. What I said. I don't know why you give him long chains like that. He is the only one in
Yeah.
there with chains, but I would still not have made them as long as that because he was still able to escape.
And
Like now
yeah.
he's a
And
free man.
not only did he escape, but like this dude, like again, it's so gruesome. Just like I swear that he like pulled the entire arm off of somebody.
He
Like just
broke his
ripped that shit.
he broke the arm.
Yeah, he like ripped it. He like just ripped it.
No, he didn't rip the arm off. He just broke his arm. He pulled the arm in and broke it.
No, I swear he like
Bro,
was pulling
no, he's not
and
super.
ripped it.
He's not Superman, bro.
Yo, I must have been on some drugs when I saw that scene.
But yeah, you know what's crazy though? The villains are lucky he doesn't have superpowers
Woo!
because it would be
True, he's just a regular
yo.
guy with nothing. Nothing. I don't. He
He
got
does.
guns. That's it.
Yeah, like if he doesn't have
He ain't got
superpowers,
no super hearing. No, no nothing.
uh-uh. If he has
Uh,
superpowers, the crime would go down a lot. I think because
the crime will be non-existent.
he would be killing them. Which yes, some of
He'd be
them
better
need
than
to die.
Batman.
All right, now let's talk about the season as a whole. I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably gonna give it like a 7, I think, overall. Now, that might sound
I
bad,
get.
but sevens aren't bad.
I wish we had a scale too, so we can be on the same
Yeah,
page. I want to give it an 8.
and yeah. Now
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. And honestly, my 7, I feel like I'm being very generous. So the thing is, it's a good show, but it's flawed, and you can see the flaws. But I can see that with the new team, they're trying to make it better. And the quality, like I've said, the quality went up in the last 2 episodes, right? You can see that even just with the cinematography and everything, all that's been upped, right? So I can see that it's gonna turn out to be a better show in the future as long as they keep up with what they're doing now. That's why I'm willing to give it a 7. Now, reasons why it's a 7, like we've said multiple times, the side characters not really interesting. I even said in the first 2 episodes that I love Kirsten, but they didn't really take it anywhere. Like we didn't really get any
It's not,
confrontation
and
with her.
I remember questioning you, like, really? Like, why? And I guess in the end, I was right. Really?
Well,
Why?
not really. I still like her, but there's no
You have
confrontation
potential.
between,
You got
huh?
potential. You saw the potential that I did not see.
Yeah, there's just and there's no confrontation between her and Matt. You have in this episode where she says they have to have a talk, but that's probably going to be next season. I mean, I don't even know when next season because it's not like Matt can just walk out freely because Fisk is looking for him and Daredevil. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so side characters, even Cherry, not too much from him, Um, Matt, Frank, and Kingpin. And mind you, Frank was appeared like what, twice?
Yeah, I think he might have had total screen time, not exaggerating. Maybe half an hour
Yeah, and
of like total
and,
screen time,
and he's
and one an
a
impact.
better
Damn,
yeah, and to be fair, he's been in the other
this
Daredevil
is true.
shows, and he has 2 seasons of
Yeah.
his own show, so there's more about him. But still, he stole the show. Not a lot of time when we've had
Which I
several.
never actually watched the Punisher show.
Yeah, I haven't watched season 2. I've watched season 1. At this point, I gotta watch season 1 again, and then watch season 2. Um,
Yeah, me too.
yeah. So like the side character is one of those reasons. The Muse plot line, I was giving it some time to see because this is a superhero universe. The guy can come back to life or something. And I even saw there was something about Muse having powers that wasn't used. So I don't know. Again, I will retract the statement if some miraculous way he comes back, but they should have just taken away those Muse episodes because it felt like a waste, honestly. And it made me feel not really. And again, this was a really good episode, but it didn't make me feel satisfied, honestly,
Yes, that
because
is so true.
the whole and it's crazy
For a
because
season finale.
when when exactly for season finale, it can be a good episode, but as a season finale, I don't know because the whole time I was like watching the how much time I had left. I'm just like, wait, friends captured, Daredevil's out there like puffing and puffing. Are they not gonna end this season? I was thinking about that the whole time, and then I'm just like, yeah, it's not gonna. We're not gonna have resolution this season, and it just got
Yeah,
me thinking like, if they got rid of the bank heist episodes, the bank heist episode and the Muse episodes, this would have been better, because to me, the Muse and the bank heist is just was just a tool to get Daredevil to don the costume, but they could have done something else. You could have had hell just release Bullseye early at that
yeah.
point.
It's not now. Now this is where I agree with everything you said, but in like not having seen it all in hindsight, it makes me appreciate it more. Because to me, it's like a sign that like they're not rushing anything. Because they could have easily like rushed something, and it's like, what the fuck was this? But they're like, no, this is a story we're telling, and literally season one is like name drop Daredevil Born Again.
You know, but you don't feel
Like that's
like
basically season one.
the Muse plotline was just rushed technically. Like
Oh, I
we
guess
basically had a whole exposition
technically,
dump in a therapy session, and there was no
yes,
real
technically that plotline.
and
But I mean, how it connects to like Daredevil, I don't think was rushed. That like, it was like, how do I say this? The plotline itself, it's like, okay, this we could have had more or less of it. Like, what the fuck?
yeah, like
But I think it served its purpose.
because to me it felt like okay. One thing I'm not a fan of is like
Because if you
exposition.
analyze, oh, go ahead.
One of the things I'm not a fan of is like huge exposition dumps in like one moment or one sit in, right? Like
Yeah,
because so we see this kid at Heather's book signing, episode 1 or 2, whatever, right? And then we don't see this kid ever again. And then we see a couple of scenes of this guy in a white mask, and then it's revealed to be Muse in one episode, and then he gets taken down the next episode and killed. And it's just like, and it's revealed that in that last episode that he's in that he was the kid from episode 1, and then you get a whole exposition dump about this kid's backstory. It's just it's boring. It's like, really, like it's just a way, like
I
you could
know.
have.
That's what I'm saying. Like the stories building up to the big story are like a little like rushed and half-assed. But I think like the big story is it's about Daredevil. It's about Matt like committing to putting his mask back on and like being Daredevil
Yeah,
and fighting for the city.
and that's what I
And
feel
I
like
think
you could have done it another way. Like if you brought Bullseye back or something, that could have been one way, or I don't know. It just
this is true. Yeah, I would agree with that. There's
yeah
better ways to do it. But I think for me, that's what overall I was like, you know what? The season ended the way it did, and it was like, really, this is season finale. But at the same time, it left me. I was like, you know what? This is like a. It was like a. It's a good sign for me that they're not actually going to rush the actual like meat and potatoes.
yes, that is true. And again, right, the reason I feel this way, I think, is also just because Disney should have given them more episodes. I think because
Yeah, so I'm always a
the
fan of that. You know
the
that.
reason the one of the reasons I felt that episode wasn't satisfying is because most of Daredevil, when you watch it, it's resolved within one season, right?
Hmm.
So, and let me check real quick, but I'm pretty sure the Daredevil episodes are like either 12 or 13 episodes per season. And let's see. I think the show would have benefited if they gave them more. Yeah, it's like 13 episodes in season one, 13 in season two. Yeah, I think a couple of episodes would have made me feel just. I wouldn't have felt
Yeah. Oh my god.
as
Yeah.
much as
I would agree
yeah.
with. I agree 100%.
Like so sometimes you can't and like that's why like you can't really blame the writers completely. And I'm
Yeah.
not like and not like
Exactly.
I'm
Like,
blaming
you
them.
got this many episodes, make it work.
Exactly, because
It's
it's
like,
not that's the
okay.
that's the thing. It's not what it used to be. Because like a lot of these streaming shows, like even on Netflix, when you look, 6, 7, 8 episodes, it's like, dang. And you have to tell
Yeah.
a really good story within that time to kind of like you kind of sometimes have to tell a complete but yet open story on
That's
the
and that. This is such a tangent. This is such a tangent. I'm sorry to bring to this, but this is why I love like Korean dramas, because they're like, yo, we have this story, and we're gonna tell you this story, and they might go anywhere from 10 to like 20 episodes,
yeah,
depending how long it takes them to tell the story that they
yeah,
wanted to tell.
yeah. No,
And I
it's
have yet
true.
to see a Korean drama where I'm like, that kind of sucked.
No, it's true. Like they're all like really. I mean, yeah, they're all pretty good. The ones I've watched, like even the ones that aren't the best are pretty entertaining to an extent.
And it's because they tell their story.
Yeah, they do. Because it just
They
sucks.
don't tell a story with like a ooh, but if people really like it, we need a season two, so we're gonna need some extra
Yeah,
stuff.
but it's because
Or they're
you
not like,
you get
ooh, let's
these.
hold back because we might need some extra for the next season. It's like, tell the story.
But it's because you get these restrictions, right? And
Yeah.
and you don't know if you're gonna get a season two a
Yes.
lot
And
of
like
the time.
and this is to stay on this topic real quick. Like, I know we only got part of season two, but Squid Game season two is significantly not at the level as season one.
Yes, and that's
Because
because it's
he
incomplete.
already told his story. Now that now you want to think of more on the spot.
Yeah,
It's not how it works.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
But that being said, I now have hopes for season two.
For
I think season two will be great.
Daredevil.
If this is season three of Daredevil,
Oh
if this is
yeah,
season
I
three,
agree.
I do believe season three will be worse than season two, and season two will be the highlight.
You think? I guess we'll see. Um,
Yeah,
listen, they have to find some way to bring Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, because those people were not moving me in that bar. Listen,
hey, man, what about what's his name, the Iron Fist?
yeah, Iron
I
Fist
think
too.
he was like, I saw like an interview of him. He's like, I want to do the role or
Yeah,
something like that, but
yeah.
no one liked the way I did it or something. I don't know exactly what
And I'll tell you,
he was
it's not
saying.
his fault because they didn't write him well in his own show. But if you see him in other shows, like when he was on Luke Cage, the Luke Cage writers wrote him how he's exactly supposed to be. It was insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, there's so much to like a story, and sometimes people will give like some aspect of the story like shit,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a collaborative effort.
It is. It is. Yeah.
And you
'Cause
never know where's the part that broke down that made it feel like it was a
exactly.
failure, but it's it's a lot of work
It
on all
is.
parts involved.
No, it really is. Any last
Yeah.
words
I I wanted to
or
ask you. I
any?
wanted to throw you off your game and ask you
Oh, nope. Do you have any theories or anything?
any theories. No,
Yeah.
I didn't even theorize. My theory is that season two will be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it will be too,
Season two,
honestly.
season two will be big enough, will be successful enough that we'll get some
Yeah, I
more of
hope
these
so.
shows.
I do hope so. Yeah, but Yeah, I don't. What do I think? I guess my Vanessa theory. I mean, there's
Oh,
season two,
I do.
but
I do have one theory.
yeah.
I don't know how Vanessa will die.
Hmm. I can
I
see
don't know
that.
how Vanessa will die,
And what like is that?
and Fist is gonna lose his shit.
Oh, so he become my ultimate kingpin.
Yeah, he's gonna lose all pretense about civility.
And show everyone his true nature.
Yeah, but I don't think it will be by his hands.
Someone else.
Someone else.
Like what the Punisher just shoots her in the face with a shotgun.
Yeah, sure.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else.
Someone else.
I don't think Matt's gonna
I don't
do
know.
it.
That's just my prediction. I don't know. Foggy's gonna be resurrected
Okay, all right. Uh,
and zombified
if
and poison
they
her.
better bring Muse back if that's the case.
Oh, this is fun. I can't wait for season 2 now. Actually, it'll be
Yeah,
good stuff.
I can't wait either. But thanks
What you say? Any
everyone.
last words?
Hmm?
Any last words? No?
Yeah, basically just thank you everyone for joining us on our journey through Daredevil season one. We're gonna be covering The Last of Us as well, and we hope
Ooh,
to see
spook.
you next year for Daredevil because I heard is gonna come out next year because I think they said they're filming or something like that or production has
Oh,
started,
nice.
so we won't have to wait too long for a season, which is nice. In this day
That's
and
great.
age, waiting just 1 year for a season is like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like a miracle, honestly, in this day and age.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks everyone for joining, and as always, the Emperor provides.
Toodles.